Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the channel. My name is Craig. We're going to be going over what's going on with Bitcoin. We're also going to take a look at XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and at the end, we'll take a look at MicroStrategies. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking about other altcoins. If you think you know a altcoin that is going to be taking advantage of a continued bull market, if that happens, let us know in the comments below. I'll go over those charts in the next video. We're going to talk a little bit about the government shutdown, what that's doing to markets. So far, not a whole lot in the big picture, but we're going to take a look at that. If that sounds good, make sure you smash that thumbs up and let's get into it. All right, before we get into it, I want to ask you guys your opinion on the shutdown. How long do you think this is going to last? Let me know in the comments below. Curious to see what you guys think. I honestly couldn't even tell you. Maybe 30 days like last time. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it and kind of a brief explanation of why. I do appreciate all you guys that have been commenting and smashing the likes. Please continue to do so. And let's get into it. So pre-markets, Dow futures are down 136 points. S&P's down 29. NASDAQ futures are down 124. It is 9:04, so we have about 25 minutes before market opens. It'll probably be open by the time you see this video. But government shutdown updates, funding ends after Trump, GOP, and Democrats failed to cut a deal. Big surprise? No, not really. Let me know. Private payrolls declined in September by 32,000 in key ADP report coming amid shutdown data blackout. So that's very interesting. Guys, I don't know how many times I have to say this. The economy is not doing good. It hasn't been doing good in a long time. I think we've been in a recession for a very long time, for probably a couple years. And everybody just thinks because the stock market is doing good and rising, which is just because of inflation, that the economy is good. That is not. The economy and the stock market are two different things, right? Eventually, the stock market will catch up to the economy. I promise you that. Of course, none of this is financial advice, but be very cautious, guys. It's insane. So if you just look around, I don't know where everybody lives that's watching this, but kind of in the bottom, let me know where you live and how your neighbors are doing or how you're doing economically, like compared to like 5 years ago, right? How are you on your bills? How do you see the people? Are people struggling in your area? I know they're not everywhere, but I know they're struggling most everywhere in the US, a lot of places, and they just hide that shit. So if you talk to real life people, you'll understand this inflation is absolutely crushing people, especially the middle class. It's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But that's what I'm seeing. Let me know what you're seeing, if any different. Okay, let's take a look at, so this is the macro, right? Remember, I've been talking about if Bitcoin blows past this 127, 128 range and holds that as support, this bull run could be so freaking massive. Let's take a look at how big it could be, right? Possible. As you guys know, though, if you follow the 4-year cycle, then that means the bull cycle is over or close to it. So that would get us up to about a $250,000 Bitcoin. Not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's less likely, but we'll see what happens. I do still think there's a good possibility that this was the top. The top is in. As I've showed you guys many, many times, the bearish divergence is just huge in all of this. Now, if we start seeing the MACD flip around, right, we could see this rise back up, but we'll be keeping a super close eye on that. As you guys know, this is what we were looking for. We did call this top here. We also called this top here. Now, if we can get back above this 118, then I'm looking to get up to this 0.786, which is around 120, which also lines up with the target of the inverse head and shoulders, if that's what we're in, that I showed you guys in yesterday's video. Like I said, make sure you watch all these videos. We'll be going over more formations when we see them, all that good stuff, so you can learn that stuff. But let's take a look at what we talked about yesterday. First, as you guys know, this is one formation, rising wedge, and the measured move is from 87 to 91, somewhere in that range. And here is where we're at now. This was a huge rally since the 25th, pretty massive rally there, but once we zoom out, not quite as big as it looks that way. But let's take a look at what I was talking about yesterday, right? So here's our fibs, our Fibonacci retracement, which is right over here. You pull up your fibs, your Fibonacci retracement should be on the top of your fibs. Go from the top to the bottom, and that's how we got our golden pocket zone for our short right here, our rejection. Now right now you're gonna bounce in between these fibs, right? 115.9 to 118. If it gets above this 118, your next fib level is the 0.786 fib, which, if you guys been following along, I've been talking about this being an Elliott wave count right here, right? As 1, 2, with this being the top. But as I talked about yesterday, we could still take this 2 all the way up here to the 0.786, because if we take a look at this neckline right here, and I'm going to make this neckline a little bit thicker so you guys can see it, and then I'm going to pull this up, the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We talked about that yesterday. And then you get your measured move, the longest point of the head right here to where it broke out. And look at that. That also lines up with that 120,800 range, right? It's not going to be exact to the penny, guys, but that would be a great short position if we get there. This is not saying we're going to get there. We could still get rejected in this area. But if that does happen, then we move our bottom targets, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, that changes the whole fibs. If we get up to this level, let's throw the fibs on there. Fibonacci extension, right? You go from the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2, right? This is if we've already topped, is the yellow one you see here, yellow count. But then we go up. If we do make it up to that 120 range, right? We're going to throw a different color. There, that's a different color. Okay, we can do that. So this would be your new count if that was the case. This is wave 1. This is wave 2. Wave 3 will only be to here. Whoops. Take that back. Let me fix that. Wave 2 will be right here, about 92, which is not a whole lot different. Maybe 103 for wave 4, and then your wave 5 somewhere down to that 87 range, which, let me remind you, is also right here on our target. Now, I told you when I put this in, it's not a straight candle all the way down, but this is how you play the bigger picture and make a lot more money than just, you know, day trading every day. And I'm not against day trading. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I would rather swing trade the big moves, a lot less stressful. That's just how I play the game. You play it however you would like. But that's what I'm looking at there. And then we're still bearish here, guys, unless this. So what happens when a candle opens, right? This is a monthly candle. Usually you got to make a wick somewhere. You rarely see a candle without any wicks, right? Very rare. So could we be making the wick now and then this thing turns red? Very possible. Just keep a close eye on that. We'll take a look at the weekly real quick. We've been talking about that as I showed you guys the 3 black soldiers right here, 3 black crows, I'm sorry, right here. Everything's still looking pretty bearish unless we get above that 118 range, right? That could change everything there. XRP is taking advantage of this little rally too. Remember, if we break up past this trend line here, we could still get up to our original target of 391. And where is that from? That is from way back here, right? Simple. From this big, huge trend line break way down here, we got this target. If we put this down here, yeah, same target. And then we take the measured move, and this is just a descending triangle, right? And we take it to the breakout, and that would get us somewhere in that $3.91 range, possibly even Fort Wick to $4. If it happens, first you got to break this $3. Otherwise, you come back here, break down, and you're looking for around that $1.71 area. Remember in yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, go watch it. We talked about where it would go if that broke. Ethereum, we're still in limbo, right? We're in limbo in between the blue and gray line here. Until one is broken and open and close a candle above or below one of these trend lines, then we know what the most likely direction is. If it opens and closes a daily candle below the 3,900 range, then it's downside targets. First target would be that 341, and then 2518, and then obviously just gets worse and worse. If it opens and closes up here, then we could look at going and making a new all-time high. But that, I told you guys, here is your targets for Ethereum on the bullish side: 72 to 8,000, 7,200 to 8,000. Then Solana, as long as we stay below this channel, right? I still think this was just a fake out. I still think we could see a $6 to $27 Solana. We'll kind of have to keep an eye out, look for some divergences. Like I said, I'll be going over all this stuff with you guys. Make sure you join the Discord down below too. I'll try to remember to put a new link down there. If you try it and the link doesn't work, please leave a comment and I'll send you a new link. Yeah. Like I said, pretty much Cardano, same boat. We're just kind of in limbo in here to see what happens. Remember, this could be just a descending triangle. If we do break to the top side, it could be very, very bullish. But what these white lines is really what I'm looking for right now. Still think we most likely will come test this bottom before trying one more shoot up to the upside. So MicroStrategy. Looks like this finally broke. I guess we'll have to see what happens here. MicroStrategy is starting to look like on the 3-day, like maybe going to be producing a sell signal. Let's take a look at it on the daily, see what happened there. And on the daily, did we get one? The daily, yeah, we got the daily sell signal up here. You can see what happened afterwards, right? So far on the daily, we're still below the 200 EMA, so things are looking pretty grim for MicroStrategy, unless we can get back above this 55 EMA, which is currently about 350. We'll see what happens there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, let me know what altcoin or stock you'd like to look at. If you know something that looks like it's about ready to break out of a just break out of a, I can't even think of the name of a formation, or if it's just showing bullish signs and you want to let everybody know, let me know and I'll put it in tomorrow's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and don't forget, check out the links below. They help support the channel. Don't forget to check out Prime XBT. They've added a ton of altcoins and you can get up to a $7,000 bonus for signing up with my link down below. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.